Hello. Well, I can't let another day go by without putting in my two penneth about Alex Jones, who has been depersoned by YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and even, for Christ's sake, LinkedIn. Now, hang on a minute. I put in that Christ's sake deliberately and for a reason, because occasionally I've used a swear word or a disrespectful religious reference on a video, and nearly every time I find at least one comment along the lines of, "You blasphemed."
"You are to be stoned to death."
Unsubbed. Which I've always thought particularly silly. If I was mistaken, then the idea surely is to engage me or to try to tell me I've done something wrong or that I behaved hurtfully or something, and then to see if I reacted in any way. But if you don't like what I do and then unsub straight away, even if I thought I'd done wrong and apologised, you'd never know, would you? So what would be the point of me either apologising or indeed mending my ways, if I was so inclined? And so with Alex Jones, what YouTube, I use that platform, but for anyone interested, I'm also on Gab and Minds and BitChute. You're just hedging my bets, you know. Where was I? Oh yeah, YouTube, or should that now be called BlueTube? I am, of course, referring to the colours of the American Democratic Party. Anyway, BlueTube has depersoned Jones at exactly the same time as a bunch of other social platforms did exactly the same thing, which is a simple coincidence only in a universe where Hillary Clinton became president of Turkey by pipping Recep Tayyip Erdogan to the post on her promise to make child marriage in Turkey illegal and stop the Istanbul police harassing women they consider immodestly dressed. So, back to Jones. I'll misquote some Jung at you, or Sigmund Freud, or Buck Henry, because no one knows exactly who said it first. Even conspiracy theorists can be the target of a conspiracy. And whether or not the Trump administration choose to do something about this sorry state of affairs is something I'm going to watch with keen interest, because there's no doubt something has to be done. But back to Jones. When you slam the door in someone's face, what you're doing is preventing the possibility of any dialogue. Now, you may say, and with some justification, that it's difficult to dialogue with a man who screams and shouts all the time, but that's not the point. Their excuse is hate speech, which, if you translate that from the language spoken by Valley teenagers, means we disagree with him and he's an embarrassment. Like that uncle who always turns up drunk to family weddings or funerals, and we want to pretend he doesn't exist. Well, there you are. If there's a drunk uncle in the family, he still has a right to be as drunk as he wants, and he's still your uncle, whatever you may wish about his non-existence. And unless he actually punches people or overturns the furniture, then your embarrassment is not a reason actively to turf him out of the party. How many movies have you seen where the basic plot features younger people embarrassed at the behaviour of their elders? And we all think the teenage self-satisfied prudery is hilarious. And yet, it's not so funny when a bunch of overgrown teenagers who got into paid work without ever growing out of their days playing Grand Theft Auto in the spare bedroom then get their hands on the games controller for real and start rubbing out real people to gain points. That's not really all that amusing, is it? In fact, it's downright dangerous. I'm inclined to say that most social media platforms should now be classified as public utilities and shouldn't be allowed to deny access to anyone who doesn't actively call for murder. And you know, the funny thing is that social media is full of people who still have a platform even though they really are actively calling for murder. But they generally don't have names as ordinary as Alex Jones. As the saying goes, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, bake that cake. Because this censorship is not going to amount to good. You think Alex Jones will go away? Well, I'll tell you something. Until yesterday, I never watched an Alex Jones show. I have seen the occasional clip. Who hasn't? And I'll tell you something else. The only time I was actually disgusted by anything connected with Alex Jones was when I saw that prop of the Young Turks, Jimmy Dore, spitting at him. Repellent little man. And I'm not talking about Jones. As for Jones himself, his emotional outbursts, his weird conspiracy theories, which turn out to have some validity, I'm sorry to say, and his constant salesmanship, I find them all ridiculous beyond description. But you know what? I put a bookmark on his channel and I'll make a point of running a few minutes of it, well, as long as I can stand, every day, and keep that up just to piss off those Facebook kiddies who take their life guidance from Wolfenstein.
Put the fighting spirit back in the American people. Ignite a revolution.
I got a plan that's gonna send shockwaves throughout the nation.
Let's get this freak show on the road.
I'm very grateful for financial contributions. But if you don't want to give money, you can still help a lot by sharing this and other videos I've made. Also, remember to check your subscription from time to time, as sometimes subscriptions get erased for one reason or another. Till next time.